Episode 5 of House of the Dragon was wild. Another great episode of Hot D, as it's affectionately called by its fans. This really gives vibes of the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. You know, the intrigue, the political scheming, all the best parts, the violence, the shocking moments, all the best parts of Game of Thrones, the first 4 seasons. And if they can complete the transition now that Millie Alcock and the actress who's playing Alicent, her name escapes me, they both did wonderful jobs. And if they can complete the transition from them to Emma Darcy and Olivia Cook, then this can be a great show and sort of redeem Game of Thrones, the last few seasons of Game of Thrones. But what I wanted to talk about specifically was Criston Cole, Ser Criston Cole, because he's getting a lot of hate right now, and I understand it. I found him to be a much less likable character in the books, but I am sympathetic to him much more here, and I think that he's getting a bad rap uh, by Rhaenyra stans. Now, I don't hate Rhaenyra. I like her a lot. I think she's a great character, and I'm not even anti-Team Black. I'm more neutral. There are good parts. There are good and bad on both sides. You know, that's what makes this conflict very interesting. There are shades of gray. And so we have to, when we look at Criston Cole, we have to consider his circumstances. So he is a knight of the King's Guard. He was born the son of a steward of Blackhaven, a steward of House Dondarrion. Now, if you look at where he lies in the social hierarchy, where he is in the social hierarchy, he's just one step above a commoner. He's one step above a peasant. You know, the steward of Blackhaven is the person that handles the managing of tasks in a castle. So his father serves a Dondarrion, who serves a Baratheon, who serves the Targaryen on the throne, on the Iron Throne. And the Targaryen on the Iron Throne is King Viserys, the father of Rhaenyra. So he is far beneath her socially. Now, she comes on to him in episode 4, and he resists a bit, but in the end he goes along with it, and he shames himself. He has 2 things in this world. He has 3. He has his name, even though it's a minor house, it is still a house, so he is minor nobility. He has his skill at arms, and he has his Kingsguard cloak. And by sleeping with a woman, and the princess at that, he has kind of tainted that. He has dishonored himself and he has dishonored Rhaenyra. So, because virginity is a very big thing in this world, virginity for a woman specifically, he has soiled her. That's how the Westerosi see it. And so, Criston Cole is racked with guilt over what he's done to himself, primarily, to be fair, but also what he's done to Rhaenyra. And he wants to try and fix it by marrying her. That way he can say, even though he didn't do the right thing, even though he broke his vows of chastity, and even though he slept with the princess, it's okay, because now she's my wife. And so he goes to her in episode 5 and proposes that they run away together, that they elope, that they go to Essos and live together as husband and wife. And Rhaenyra refuses this. She obviously likes Criston Cole. She's liked him from the start, and she's even, I think, attracted to him. But she can't marry him because she wants to be a queen. She wants to rule the 7 kingdoms, and she can't do that by marrying someone that low on the social on the Westerosi social ladder. Criston Cole is, first of all, he's sworn he's sworn that he would never take a wife, although he already broke one vow. But secondly, he's too low to marry a princess. Instead, she wants to marry Laenor Velaryon and to keep him on the side as, you know, a mistress, I guess. What he calls a whore. He says that she wants him to be. She wants him to be her whore, and that's very insulting to him. And so he is, and so now he's soiled himself. He's dishonored himself. He's broken his vows. Rhaenyra isn't going to marry him, and he's kind of stuck there. One of the things that he does when Alicent calls him and she intimates that she knows that Rhaenyra is lying about being a virgin, that she lost her virginity. Alicent thinks it's to Daemon, but Criston Cole doesn't know that. He thinks that she knows that he did it. And so he's open and he's honest about it. At first I thought he'd say, that Rhaenyra, she had left the castle, she came in, that he thinks that she slept with Daemon, but he actually admits that he did it. Now, that might be partially because he doesn't want to dishonor himself again by lying, and it might also be because he knows that he thinks that she already knows, so what's the point in lying? But either way, he admits it, and all he asks is that instead of gelding him and torturing him, that she gives him the mercy of a quick death. But Alicent doesn't kill him. Alicent doesn't punish him. She lets him go. And I believe it's because she sees him as a potential ally down the line. And so, at the wedding, he is approached by Laenor Velaryon's lover, his gay lover, right? Because Laenor is gay, and they have an understanding, him and Rhaenyra, that even though they're going to be married, and they have to get married, that they will both pursue their own relationships outside of their marriage, that they'll have an open relationship. And Joffrey Lonmouth is Laenor Velaryon's lover. And he thinks that, he notices that Criston Cole is kind of sullen and withdrawn at the wedding, and he believes correctly that it's because he was Rhaenyra Targaryen's lover. And so he approaches Ser Criston, who doesn't really know him yet, and he intimates that he knows that Ser Criston was with the princess romantically and sexually. Now again, let's look at this from his perspective. He only told one person, Alicent. Alicent has no real reason to tell a bunch of people. If she's going to tell anyone, it's going to be Viserys, right? And then he's going to be killed. Probably castrated first and then killed. So he has to assume that Rhaenyra told this random guy that he doesn't know, and this secret means his life. So he's being approached by this guy, and this guy knows something about him and about what he's done that can mean his death, it can mean torture for him, it can mean castration for him. And it seems almost like he's being blackmailed. And so he takes out his rage and his guilt and his sadness and his anger out on this guy. And that is morally wrong, obviously. And he beats this guy to death for approaching him. But you also have to consider, again, his perspective. So, yeah, I think a lot of people are unfair to him. Like, I see a lot of Rhaenyra stans on Twitter who are acting like, Ser Criston should just be okay with being her side piece. I do think that he was naive to think that she would give up the crown and the throne and all of the other things to marry him and to live life, as, I don't know, I guess the wife of a sellsword in Essos. I think that was naive, incredibly naive. But it doesn't make him an objectively evil person, he has an argument. And you have to consider the power dynamics involved. Again, I'm not saying that he was forced to sleep with Rhaenyra. He was not. But she is far above him, and he has only a handful of things to his name, and he is losing it all. So I hope going forward that they keep this up, that they keep on making the conflict not black and white, but very nuanced. I want to see more shades of gray, because that's what makes George R.R. Martin's world so interesting. It's the nuance. People aren't all evil or all bad. I mean, all evil or all good, generally. You have the exceptions, people like Ramsay Bolton and Gregor Clegane, but even they had excuses for being the way they are. Gregor Clegane is in a constant rage because of the headaches. He has these terrible headaches that he has to dull with milk of the poppy. Ramsay Bolton is a monster in 1,000 different ways, but he's also the bastard son by rape of Roose Bolton, who's had this bad influence wreak his whole life. And so, yeah, I just wanted to make this video a short defense of Criston Cole. Obviously, Joffrey Lonmouth did not deserve to die. That was wrong. But you also have to consider his circumstances and where he's coming from. Thanks for watching. I'm Cato the Elder. I make history videos. Check out the channel if you're interested. And like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Have a nice day.